Today we are talking about weird sticks and not the ones that you're thinking of, you fucking sickos. We are talking about strange cigars that people don't see on the regular. So we're going to be going through a couple of different wrappers, a couple of different shapes, a couple of different sizes, a couple of different flavors. We're going to hit all the major things on here. Probably
Forgot a couple different lockjaws.
Lockjaw.
Yeah. You smoked the one I'm thinking of, but you're going to get lockjaw.
Yeah. Flip top head.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
All right. And like we were alluding to earlier, me and Ethan were kind of having a side conversation about this. The Candela is kind of a rare wrapper to use just because of the strength factor. It's not a very strong one, so they cure it in, what do they do?
Battery acid?
No. I had it all in my head, and then it just escaped with all those side projects.
Heat curing process.
Yes, the heat curing process thing. I can't see through a ring light.
I gotta turn all the way around here. Hold on.
Yep.
There we go.
Would you like me to read it to you?
Yes, please.
Yes, it's a heat curing process that fixes the chlorophyll content of the wrapper while it's still in the barn.
Ooh.
It's also referred to as a double claro.
Oh.
From about 1958 to the early 70s, Americans smoked billions of cigars, and nearly all of them were made with Candelas. I just learned something.
Holy shit, so did I.
Doom, doom, doom.
Excellent. Brought to you by our research department, Ethan. We also have the awesome Ogre from Asylum 13. That is a Candela-wrapped cigar. It's barber pole, as they would say in the industry, and carries a lot of different flavors on there. The Candelas, I know that some people disagree with me, but I always get that roasted marshmallow flavor to it. Like a natural sweet, on top of all the sweetness that's added, a natural sweet roasted marshmallow.
You get that campfire marshmallow thing going on normally is what I get.
Yeah, smoky.
When I'm smoking.
A little smoky, but a little bit more marshmallow than anything else.
Yep.
So that's why we brought this up. You can go on to deadwoodtobacco.com, contact Consuela, and order yourself a couple of 5-packs today. They only come in 5-packs. We do not have singles on this, and it is a limited release, so time is of the essence. Jump on Deadwood Tobacco Company, deadwoodtobacco.com.
Yeah.
Yep, deadwoodtobacco.com.
Yep. That's the one.
That's
what I'd go with.
Yep.
You go with somebody. If you go with somebody else, and you might not get them.
You probably won't get them because they're not going anywhere else.
We are the only ones that have them. So.
Yes. Also with the strange, that's a Cabrella, I believe is what they call that. Mm-hmm. Cabrella wrap. So that is
what wrap?
Cabrella. Yeah, it's the one that's
Cabrella. Oh, that
the 3 different cigars wrapped into one.
Yeah, the orgy thing going on right there. Got it.
It's like a worm orgy.
Yeah,
it's like how snakes have sex in the wild.
Yes,
maybe or eels.
Eels.
Yeah, water snakes.
Those slime things.
Yeah.
What do they call those things?
Slimy dicks.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly.
So on those, Ethan, do you know if you're supposed to unroll those and like smoke one at a time? Is that all 3 at the same time kind of smoke?
It's actually, you can do both.
Really?
You can light all 3 and smoke them all 3 at the same time. Or
so you can
unwrap them, and then you have a really squirrely looking cigar.
Or you can be a Billy badass and smoke all 3 of them at once. And be
so
like,
are they
fucker?
Right.
Until that thing pops and they go like this, and then you got 3 like staring at you.
Are they the same tobacco and the same, or is it a mix of 3 different?
Yeah. Do you know if they've ever done like 3 different, like a Connecticut and a Corojo and a Habano all wrapped together?
That would be fascinating.
That would be fascinating.
I've actually never. I think I've seen one. I've never smoked one.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to see if you could kind of isolate the flavors while you're smoking that.
Ah, there you go. So now we have an idea for next year.
Right.
All we need to do is we need to just intertwine the zero, the auntie, and the midnight oil.
Yes.
Be like a suicide. Mix it all together.
All I can taste is the goddamn root beer and orange.
Here we go to 7-Eleven. Yep, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, no.
Fucking tastes delightful. I remember doing that all the time at like summer camps when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You'd go to the Christian retreat, which was nothing of a Christian retreat.
No, it was opposite of Christian retreat.
Yeah, I think I had pruny fingers when I left.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we would go into the mess hall and we would get a suicide, one of each.
Yeah, I got it. It
Okay,
just took me a while.
sure.
Yeah.
He's over there going, what? What are you talking about?
But you would do the suicide and then you would get your bag of fucking chips and or do you remember New York seltzers?
Ooh,
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember getting bubble gum and blowing like big bubble and then pouring the seltzer in there and tossing it in so you had your like homemade gusher? God, was it great to be a kid in the fucking 80s.
You're way beyond what the people are thinking now. Most of them are like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I already did
Like
the pruny fingers.
Pop rocks now are pussy rocks. All right, they're not pop rocks.
They're pussy rocks?
Yeah. Do you remember the pop rocks from the fucking
Yes.
70s, 80s?
Yeah, now expound
Those
on
things
the
will
other
blow
point.
a hole in your cheek when you popped them.
Oh, yeah.
The ones now are like,
yes.
And you're like,
Yep.
oh, really? That's
Yeah,
it?
I
You
was
eat the whole bag. There you eat the whole bag. You
thinking-
end up with holes in your tongue and
Literal
through your
vaginas.
cheek. No.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. I thought
Well,
it was
it's the
some
same-
weird kinky
same-
shit.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what you're going to try to do when you got home.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's probably a good thing that I cleared that up
Hey,
before.
if you ever put those in your mouth and then go, hey,
Oh, hey!
All
It's
right,
kind of like
anyway.
the breath mint trick.
Yeah,
All right,
there you
yeah.
go.
Hey,
See
okay.
what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Which brings us to different flavors of cigars.
Yes. Good save. Good save.
Yeah, not a problem.
Way to bring that back on the tables.
Question for the panel.
Question, yes.
So, given these size options, strange configurations, strange rolls, right? Can you actually? Probably we've all had a pyramid before, torpedo, perfecto,
Solomon, yeah.
and the science is that if you blend that sucker, it's almost like a taper of a glass, right? It's supposed to hit different areas of your palate.
Right.
Do you notice a difference?
No,
No,
I don't.
not really. I mean, the mouth feel is probably more important, I would think, on this one because I like the Bellicosos a lot more. So I like torpedoes and I like pyramids. The Solomon is as good as well.
Right.
I just, I'm smoking a big fat boy right now, but when I get my preferred cigar, it's always going to be in either a Bellicoso or Solomon. Not necessarily the pyramid, but
If you do a perfecto, I mean, what comes to mind is Southern Draw's got a number of perfectos out.
Yes.
Arturo Fuente's got them, and
Yep.
you light that small little
Tit.
Yeah.
Tit.
at the end, and it's supposed to be like a wick
Yeah.
that ignites all of the tobaccos.
I don't know that I've ever smoked one that actually burned correctly
Right,
either.
right.
There's the big.
It's
that's the
it's supposed to be an
problem.
elegant experience.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like slowly ignite, but it kind of just pisses me off because it doesn't
Yeah.
breathe like
Ooh.
a regular cigar should.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, so I have, but it hasn't been with a traditional cigar. So the Crazy is a torpedo or a trumpet shape, and it does get a little bit more intense as it goes down.
Yeah.
Right.
But that being said, once you're smoking a cigar for so long, it does gain in intensity because you've already had all that smoke roll through anyways.
Right.
So I don't know if it's a discernible difference in flavor or not, or if it's just because, not maybe the construction, but because of the length of the cigar that you smoke.
Well, it's also, you got to think too, people that smoke the Janes, for example, they're used to pulling a consistent.
right.
So if you're pulling consistent on one of those, the pyramid, the trumpet, whatever the hell you want to call it,
Right.
that's going to heat up pretty quick.
Is that the Dolce?
Yes, but there's a reason why I threw it up there.
Because you didn't want to smoke it.
Well, that's number
I mean,
one.
There you go.
Number two is the end of the cigar when you first light it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
the open
wrapped,
footer.
isn't it?
No, it has
No.
a pre.
Hey, we've got Heatbox on the line, you guys.
Oh,
hey.
okay.
Oh, thank
Hey,
God.
all right.
Whew.
Well, there we go. Thanks. Fuck.
What's going on?
Shit. Good deal. Saved.
Yeah.
Heatbox, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
There we go.
fucking
Shit.
A.
Hey, we're somewhere.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So we've had some issues in the past with people that do the video chat, and they can't hear us or we can't hear them. This is such a beautiful surprise. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks, man. So you're going to be coming out here at the end of the week. When's the last time you were on this side of the state in South Dakota?
Man, that's a great question. It's been a while. I think Bismarck was the furthest out I've been in a while.
And I don't know if you remember this. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. We saw you in 2013, Sturgis. I think it was Brad's Jam back in the day.
Yeah.
But you were one of the lineup in there, and I got to experience your live show. So anybody that's going to be looking at this, you got to come see it live because it is a phenomenal watch and great fucking music.
Yeah, thanks. We're gonna have a good time, and I promise it'll be at least weird. You'll
At
have
least
to-
weird.
At least weird.
You'll fit in perfectly there.
Yeah.
You'll fit in perfectly.
There you go. That's our new advertising. Hey, come see the show. It's
Yeah,
at least weird.
It's at least weird. It's kind of funny because our theme today that we're doing the podcast about is weird sticks. So weird shaped cigars, weird colored cigars, weird flavored cigars, all that kind of stuff. So that fits in quite well, man. Quite well.
Oh, a weird flavor cigar, huh?
Yeah, I mean, once you get into the sweets, you got, like we just came out with a double sweet that has a Candela wrapper. So on there, you're thinking about like an apple flavor to it, but it's also got a cigar wrapper that kind of has a toasted marshmallow hint to it. So it's toasted marshmallow double sweet apple.
That sounds fancy.
Right?
It is indeed. We'll make sure we have a 5-pack in your green room.
Yes.
I would like to try that.
Good.
Is that part of your rider?
It is indeed now. Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm in the Dakotas, it is.
We also have a Sex on the Beach, which
yeah.
is
Sex
like-
on the beach, which tastes nothing like Sex on the Beach.
No, and who the hell wants to have sex on the? You get sand everywhere.
Sand
It's
everywhere.
not.
Yeah.
It's
that
rough.
sucks. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's definitely rough.
Nobody does sex on the beach twice.
No.
It's niche-y once, but the
Yeah.
second time, come on, who are you trying to impress?
We're over it.
Is there such a thing as a gag flavored, like like a joke cigar that's gross? Do they make those?
Oh yeah. we have one for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Trust me.
There'll be-
So it
there'll be a
depends
few.
on your definition of gag, but
Gag.
we've got one that is 9 inches long and 90 gauge, which is about yay. If you can see
It's
me,
a
I'm not
fucking
sure.
donkey dick. Let's
It's
just
a
get
donkey
over
dick.
it.
You have to have that old flip top jaw from that old commercial with the toothbrush. That would help in that scenario.
Yes.
Ugh.
And we have a great fucking bubblegum one too. So
Yeah. There you
All
go.
right, all right.
Very nice. Very nice. And so Ethan doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. Oh, look, there he's got it up on the screen right now. So
that's just a bunch of sexy right there.
that is
Yeah, it
indeed.
is, isn't it?
Yeah. Love the tracksuit. I have one similar, but not nearly as nice. Might have to break it out on Saturday. That'll be perfect.
So he just tossed your image up there that said the image photo that you just tossed. I don't know if you can see that on your side.
Nuh-uh.
He's looking at
gotcha.
a really bad shot of you right now.
Well, then,
Perfect. Great.
exactly what we
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
So happy.
Since we do horrible intros on this. By the way, Heatbox.
Yeah, by the way.
Minneapolis recording artist, beatbox, looper, electronic artist, and you do a lot of writing for cartoons and other types of media, don't you?
I don't write, but I do voiceover acting.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice. What got you into the whole beatbox thing? Was it kind of one of those things where you were just, in the yard at school and found that you had a talent, or is this something that you just kind of crafted over years, or a little bit of both, I guess?
Yeah, straight up at the schoolyard. That's where it all started. I was born in 1982, so I was about 18 in the year 2000. And beatboxing just swept through my school at about that time. Just everybody was doing it. We all sort of simultaneously discovered it. But then I was always the one that ended up having people want me to do it at the parties. And while we were, hang out and try to freestyle and stuff like that with each other.
Nice. Not bad to be the
And
center
then
of attention sometimes.
No, it was great. And then everybody else got real jobs eventually.
And you were like, you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah,
Beatbox for
and
life.
That's what it works.
Dude, as long as I can last without having to get one, that's my plan.
Very nice. We don't have one either. We work at a cigar store.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus.
We literally get paid for sitting here smoking cigars and
Yeah.
talking shit to a
Nice
computer
nice collection of whips on your door there. I like that. Some other
Yeah.
stuff you want to talk about that we don't know about, or what's going on there?
How weird is this going to get with all those whips?
That's where it's supposed to see those. Cover those up there.
Perfect.
And then when we're addressing you, do we do we address you, Aaron? You want to just be called Heatbox? I mean, what's your
Mr.
preference?
Box.
Mr. Box.
Yeah, it's actually Dr. Bach.
Dr. Box.
Nice.
Oh,
So
damn.
Boxing school, to be called Mr. You know what? It's weird. Like almost nobody calls me Aaron. Like my mom and my wife, and that's everybody else just calls me Box or Heatbox
Nice.
or Heat or Heater or Dr. Box. Or,
No, like Hebo. No, like shortening the fucking word a little bit.
ooh, no, you'd be the first. That'd be the.
Hebo.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
That's
That's
what-
it's on now.
That's what you're in for all weekend now.
Ice cube and warm bag.
As long as it's not teabag, you're winning.
As long as there's a temperature and a shape.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced Deadwood during St. Patrick's Day before?
No, I have not.
You've been to the town though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How much did you win?
Or how much?
Not much for a gambler.
Yeah. Oh, well, very good. That'll work out well for you.
I come in, do my job, and get the hell out of there before the gambling itch hits me.
Smart move.
Well, it's one of our biggest events of the year. We have a pub crawl on Saturday that happens during the daytime, so they'll be nice and liquored up when they come to see you.
Oh God.
Good weather days, good years. We have between 4,000 and 5,000 people out on the street. They close down the entire main street. They do a pub crawl with different clans, and it's just one of the biggest party weekends of the year, which is why we're very happy to talk with Mark and reach out and see that you were available. And we're thrilled to have you grace the 715 Main Street music venue inside of Deadwood Tobacco.
Yes.
It'll be great. I bet you guys will sell a ton of cigars.
Oh, man, we hope so. Also, I mean, have you ever, this is going to sound like a strange question because I don't know the answer, but have you ever worked in a cigar bar actually doing your shtick?
No, for
No.
sure not.
This is going to be one
All
for the
right.
record box then.
Yeah.
Record box. Jesus Christ. I was hooked on the heat box thing, and then
Yeah,
it was the
that
record box. It's all there. Good God.
Yeah, I bet it's going to get smoky as hell in there, huh?
Oh,
No,
that's the good part.
no. We got ventilation now.
Yeah, so we have
that's
this.
good.
We
Yes.
had this new ventilation. So in the old spot, that you would probably get a lot smoked out, but in the new spot, we do have a ventilation system that sweeps it out. It's supposed to clear the whole room in 7 minutes, I want to say, and
something
replace
like
the
that.
air. So depending on, and we're not just known for our cigars, we're known for our bar too. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. Even non-smokers will be coming in here to enjoy a beer and enjoy your show.
And our shitty attitudes
man.
always bring more in.
Yeah, our shitty attitudes. We're known as the delightful assholes of
Yes.
Deadwood because we're all just old fucking men, obviously. This is not a platinum blonde thing. This is actually gray hair that I've achieved over the years.
You grew that yourself, huh?
I did. Yeah. My mom gave me the rights to, but I took it on, by myself after a while.
Very nice.
You would think that I came out with a beard.
So back to, I got to keep these guys on track.
Yeah.
Visiting a little bit, I hear that there is a new project in the pipeline. How close is new music from you?
Yeah, that's all going to come out on Father's Day, which is June 18th. A little place called the Hook and Ladder in Minneapolis.
Very nice.
And it's exciting. It's my first new record in 10 years.
Nice.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
And then for a while there, I didn't know what I was doing there for a while. But basically my whole 30s, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I hit 40 and I was like, fuck it. Let's keep going. Let's go as hard as we can and make some new stuff.
Hell yeah, man. I got 3 of your albums on my phone right now. I was just showing a couple of regulars of ours because you kind of have a struggle on how to bill what you do, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you can say
Yeah.
a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of funk, a little bit of beatbox, and people, I feel like they tend to just hook onto that hip hop thing a little too heavy, and I'm like, no, listen to Bitches from the Milky Way, you'll fucking understand. And they listen to it and they're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we'll be down. And I was like, there you go. So that's why we wanted to get you on here, get you a little bit more exposure to the people that might be coming in, and kind of let them know what's going down with the the Heatbox set.
Yeah. We do all sorts of fun genres. We do all sorts of fun covers and stuff. Everything from The Doors to, Wu-Tang Clan to
Yeah,
anything in
That'll be
between.
good.
very nice.
Yep.
Well, we can't wait to have you actually grace our stage that we're sitting on right now. So this right here is right about where you'll be standing.
Sweet.
Can you envision it with that? I'm selling it so hardcore right now.
Yeah. Try to contain your excitement.
Ooh, calm down.
Yeah. So is it still just you, or do you have a couple of people that accompany you, or?
We mix it up all the time. I'll be coming out there by myself for this one, but
Okay.
sometimes I bring a guy named Maxophone. He plays a weird space flute thing. Sometimes I have other people playing percussion and keyboards and singing backups. And
Oh hell yeah!
for this new record, I'm trying to make it a full band experience, maybe with some dancers and some costumes and some really silly lights and stuff. We're gonna go all the way with it if we can.
Very
Nice.
nice.
So you're going big times, what you're saying.
I'm trying. I'm gonna try to make a theater show that'll fill theaters. And try to take
There
it
you go.
around.
Why not?
Fucking right.
You know,
Nice,
hey,
nice.
well, if you're going to go big or go home.
Well,
right?
we can volunteer one backup dancer for you.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll have-
Yeah.
I've got a kilt and
Oh,
I can
two
do
now.
high kicks.
Two.
So
Well, I was thinking the kid. We should put the
Oh,
kid up there.
The kid,
yeah.
the kid.
The
The
kid would
kid
probably be prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only fresh-faced one that we have.
Yeah,
So.
he will be wearing a pink kilt, but other than that, it'll be
Bubblegum pink. It's
Yep.
cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
perfectly set.
I want to see this kid. I want to see the kid in action.
Yep.
Oh,
All
he's
right.
going to be here. We'll make him do the high kicks. Perfect. He might not like it, but he'll do them. It's like an initiation thing.
Yes.
So we've got Friday and Saturday, 8 until midnight. Come on out and hang out. You gonna bring any merch with you? You got room in your bags, or?
I'm going to find out about that on this, tight little stupid plane that I have to take out there, you guys.
Yeah. The flight from Minneapolis is about the size of a sardine can.
Right.
We did find an old dusty box of old CDs from like 2009 and 2006 in a management's basement warehouse. So I might bring out some of those and see if I can cram them in my suitcase.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Perfect.
That would be awesome. Well, I would say from all of us here, we are super excited to have you out. We had kind of a just regular blues band that played every weekend for a very long time, and now we're starting to switch it up a little bit. So it's nice to see different kinds of talent come through, and I was fucking stoked when I heard you were coming through.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Awesome. I'm stoked to be there, you guys.
Hell yeah. Right on. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your night. Sorry about yesterday that nobody got a hold of you. It was kind of it was a weird night, and we had people coming in here and painting because we're a news store. So we had to have a little bit of room for them to do their shit. So, but thank you so much for calling back again tonight. We are super stoked to have you coming by, and super stoked that you took the time to do our shitty little podcast, man.
Awesome, dudes. Good luck with the shitty podcast.
Yeah, you bet,
you.
man.
Thank you
so
very much.
We're good at that.
Only go down from here. Right? All right. Well, thanks again. That's Friday and Saturday, 8 to midnight, 21 and over. Absolutely no cover. No cover whatsoever. Come on in and get yourself a delicious Shiner beer. We'll have 6 different Shiners on tap. We have the gals and guys from CLE Arroyo in the Humidor. And we have our exclusive, brand spanking new, second year actually, the Candelas, the double sweets from our Deadwood Tobacco Company line on sale. So come out and see us.
Just
and,
a fucking walking radio spot, man. Just a
fucking
fucking
salesman,
walking radio spot.
right?
Fuck
Jesus.
yeah.
I did it for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I get paid just as much to do this as I got paid to be on the air.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Fucking
there you
A.
go.
And a stick.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks again. We'll see you. Oh, actually, in a couple of days
couple
here,
days.
and we look forward to it. And we'll take care of you best we can. And thanks for your help on your side. And tell Mark we appreciate him all his help as well. And we'll see you Friday night.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man.
For sure, buddy. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.
All right, back to our shitty podcast. Man,
Deadwood Tobacco
I am
Company.
so fucking stoked that went so well,
cow,
man.
right?
Dude.
Yeah.
His face popped up. I'm like, hey.
And he's like, hey, I can hear everybody. This is just fine.
What the hell?
What?
And we were like, yeah, I know. We're professionals.
That's like the first time that's ever fucking happened.
Oh, God. Let us revel in our own fucking awesomeness for a second
just
here.
for a minute. All
So
right.
when we book the Foo Fighters in April, we're going to get Dave Grohl.
We're going to fly him out just exclusively for one interview, and then we'll fly him back. Spend time with the family.
Yep. And it's nice to have, we're always looking for local talent. We've had a lot of local bands and performers on the stage in the last month or so. And it's nice to reach out and get some Minneapolis talent coming in. We've got some talent from Denver, Salt Lake, Billings. We've got a band we're working on from Omaha.
Wait a second. Randy, tell us about some of the music that we got coming in.
Oh, there you go.
that?
Oh,
Oh,
good
my
idea. Yeah. What? Hey,
This means that
what
somebody
is coming up?
Somebody either has to piss or they just want to drink, one or the other. So this weekend, obviously, we have Heatbox coming in. We always do music Friday and Saturday, 8 until midnight. As things progress, we hope to add more nights to our calendar. And the following weekend, which would be the 24th and 5th. Do I got those dates right? Yep. Tanner Johns is going to be here on the 24th. Tanner is an incredible musician, singer-songwriter. He has a number of different projects out there. This will be a solo show for him here. He is mainly a guitar player, but he does a whole bunch of other stuff. And the following day, the 25th, on Saturday, we're going to have Chris Husingay, and if you could spell his name right without looking it up, I'll buy you a cigar.
Yes.
And Devin Sands. They have been running around playing together as a duo, sometimes together, sometimes they switch off. They are fronting various different projects around the Black Hills, and you can check out their social media as well. And just go to ours, Deadwood Tobacco, on all your socials. You can see the entire lineup. I don't believe we've announced officially everyone, but we are booked through the month of May, and we've got some blues, some Texas blues. We've got some country. Yep, that's right. We're going to have some country up here on the stage. Ooh. Of course, we have Heatbox. We're looking at a band that's got a full horn section a little bit later on, but we are still going to keep close to our core for Deadwood Tobacco Company, which has always been the blues, including Brandon Sprague coming back a number of times over the next couple of months, and Randy McAllister, James Van Nuys, the Hermosa Prairie Dogs, and a whole lot more. So just check out all of that online, and make sure you come and see us and tell all your friends.
We're growing, bitches.
We're growing.
That's what it is.
Not only in size, but in talent. Yeah. This is going to be great.
All right. Back to these fucking cigar things.
Yeah, back to these fucking cigars. What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
We're a smoke shop?
Since I'm the new guy here, tell me about. Tell me about. Did you smoke it? Where's the wizard? Is it there?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the King Solomon. That is the wizard. So we were talking about when we were talking about the different shapes before. We got the Perfecto right there. So that's going to be the smaller version of that guy, and then we've got a big Perfecto, really. With the
just a
King
big
Solomon.
King Solomon.
Also a really weird wrap, and
which comes in a woman's favorite canister.
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, look at it. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
So when you're smoking this guy, what you're saying, Ethan, is you've never had a different flavor or a difference in flavor coming through. This is just a strange one. I mean, have you seen them wrap these? It's just kind of crazy the amount of work that goes into wrapping a barber pole.
Yes.
The classic is, it's a weird shaped cigar by Fuente, and I mean they make them into football shaped. It's essentially they wrap a cigar normally, and then they go in and do artwork by using that natural gum resin, and then they just freaking it's like an
Painted
overlay,
on,
right? Yeah.
Right.
so it's like they're tie-dyeing the tobacco, kind of.
Yeah, but they're
In a
just
way.
overlapping leaves.
It's more of a mosaic, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you're doing collage work on something, but you have to have kind of a template, I would guess, to get it that way every time. Because when you're looking at the, let me see here, the ogres. I mean,
Well,
once the barber pole comes in, when you watch him roll that, like online, like
it's crazy.
yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
Asylum has a great Instagram page where they show them rolling these all the time, and it seems like a lot more work than it should be, but it comes out looking super fucking cool.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, weird stick.
All right.
All right, there you go with that.
And there you go.
But no, I've never noticed a different flavor profile when I'm smoking those kind of things. I've just, like I said, especially the Perfecto with the wick, it always burns weird. It's always off center. It kind of falls apart after a while, and maybe I've just not had the right one. I don't know, but it doesn't have a whole lot of wow factor for me in the smoke.
Well, it's like trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose to begin with, because you're going from
Yeah.
a little tit
Right.
to the whole
Like the
cigar.
aeration sucks right away, and you're
Yeah.
like, "There's no fucking way this is going to light my whole cigar." Well,
it's,
yeah,
it's
there is.
amazing. Every year around Christmas time, Fuente comes out with their Anejo line, and the Shark is probably the most
Shark,
popular
yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
But they have an extreme size portfolio on this entire line, and I started with a regular Toro, which is what I normally smoke. It smoked great, wide open. Flavor profiles were fantastic, and I'm like, I really had in the back of my mind, there had always been a thing of when you smoke a different size cigar, is there a huge difference? And then I started at the other end, and then at the opposite end. Man, when you smoke a big cigar, it's air, man. The complexity, the flavor, it just wasn't there. And then you go down to their little Lancero or whatever it was, and it's punchy as hell. So the size dynamics do make a play on the
right.
smoke.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at the wrapper carrying most of the flavor. The
Yes.
filler binder carries less flavor. You know, you're looking at a 80-20 split to a 95-5 split, or
Yes.
some people say. But when you're going into that, and then like a Lancero, I quasi enjoy.
They always say you put
Yeah.
the wrapper on display with the Lancero because you can't fit as many bundled leaves in the
Right.
filler
Yeah.
binder. So you really just get the 75% now expanded in that wrapper.
I'm not necessarily a big fan of Lanceros, but
No.
the Crux du Connoisseur.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I do
the
like that
Ducons
one.
are really good. Yeah,
That thing is
Yep.
awesome.
Yep, yep.
It's a very good cigar for what for as little as you're getting in the actual
Right.
your length over thickness. I enjoy that cigar. It's one of my favorite cigars from Crux that I actually just love.
You know the stupidest thing that I don't like about Lanceros?
What's that?
Is that I never remember to ash it in time, and it never holds an ash like a regular fucking cigar does.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking for 5 minutes, and I look down, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, you just pulled an Ethan and dumped it on the floor somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
But
Yeah.
far more often.
Yeah.
So a Lancero that's a 38.
Yeah,
Normally
roughly.
seven and a quarter, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they can go all
They
different
vary,
lengths.
but yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part, it's skinny, almost
Sure.
Churchill length,
Yep.
damn
Yep.
near. So but the Du Connoisseur is one of them that I actually really enjoy, and it's one of those few cigars of the Lancero line that I'm like, ooh, okay. And thinking it's going to change throughout this, and it doesn't. And
No.
I'm like, ooh,
It's just
this
like
is
the
nice.
Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, Jacob's
Lancero.
Ladder was a very good one,
Fuck,
too.
that's a really good cigar.
Yeah.
When we had Miguel from Crowned Heads here, super knowledgeable, super articulate, been in the industry a long time. What was fascinating is when it comes to sizing, every manufacturer's got a different way they do stuff. They call them different stuff. A Toro in one manufacturer won't be the same size Toro in
Right.
another one. And he said, what we do, like the Edmundo, they have all of these specific names. And he said, you can actually look up the old rollers, compiled an encyclopedia of different sizes and the specific molds that you had to use for an authorized, certified, whatever it is. So I'll put the link up. It's fascinating to go through and look at the industry over 200 years and how they have standardized everything and given them names.
Well, and it's just like the 1118 from Arroyo. I mean, that's not a Perfecto by any means. It's not a Salomon, but it does bulge in the middle and gets a little bit skinnier, but it's not this drastic thing.
Yeah.
And I do like that because it does seem to open up a little bit in that middle.
Yep.
And I can clench it a little bit
Yes.
better because it's not such a big gauge.
Right.
And I'm a clencher. I like to chew on my cigars a little bit.
But if you look up that size, that's not in the encyclopedia.
No,
and
no,
it
no, no.
actually doesn't refer to any sort of measurements.
No.
It's grandma's birthday.
yeah. Yeah. It's mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
what a beautiful fucking tribute.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you've got
is.
almost every cigar in your lineup that has an 1118 size, and hey, ma, there you go.
Yeah.
You know.
So moving on, we also
Yes.
have the other one that's here. So the purpose of that cigar in general, which he gets it out of the wrapper.
Yeah.
So the end of that cigar is, if you look at it, it's completely naked, if you want to go that route.
Open footer.
And open foot. So the purpose of that is to give you a taste of what's inside before you get to the wrapper.
Oh,
That's the whole goal of that.
Wow.
Is to say, hey, our stuff that's in the binder filler is pretty damn good, and then you get into the wrapper part of it, and it's like, oh, okay, here's the complete product. That was the purpose of why they did that. And there's a couple besides that particular cigar that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just called open foot, and they're spread out. So it gives you about, 4 or 5 drags once you get it fired up of what it is before you get into the actual wrapper, because the wrapper is how much of the flavor of the whole cigar. It's about 75% of the actual flavor. So
Right.
the binder filler in some companies, they're running that line to say, hey, look, this is what's inside of our cigar before you even get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
So-
a great newbie cigar because it's easy to
Yes.
ignite.
Yes.
Yep, it's easy
that
to
is true.
ignite. It if you take the fucking band off the foot band, because most of the
Yeah.
just for anybody who doesn't know, and any person's a cigar guy, this is my little rant.
Your little pet peeve rant?
Yeah, pretty much. It's Tony on the 5.
Yeah, Tony
or whatever you want to call it. Leather Rose is a famous one. I will always, in the evening time normally, I will always take the foot bands off. So
Yes.
if there's a foot band on it, I will take it off
As a salesperson.
as a salesperson
Yeah.
selling the cigar, because if not, there's about a 65 to 80% chance they're going to fire that thing up with a
They'll light that fucker up.
fucking thing on it, and they're like, well, this tastes like shit. And I'm like, well, yeah, plastic usually doesn't burn that great.
There are some people that think
Or
that this
paper.
wrapper right here,
Yes.
right here,
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually colored tobacco that they wrap on there, which fuck, man.
No.
If you're going to light your cigar, please don't light the paper. It's just going to taste like burnt paper, and that's not a good cigar.
Can you print on a tobacco leaf?
I don't even know. Wow,
Yes, you
Tony can.
I can. I can if you need
little
to.
But you would
self-promo.
taste all that shitty ink.
Not
Well,
when it's
no,
laser
like
engraved.
he's a laser engraver, so that can
There's
happen
no
and
ink.
not probably take
Right.
away from a whole lot of the
No,
flavor. But
it
when you're
won't take any
smoking
of
the
it
paper
away.
that's over the top, it just the common sense just doesn't seem to be there on some things, and you can tell from across the room because you see these guys.
Some things being a late Friday evening,
Yes.
Saturday evening,
Yes.
after about 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Then it gets stupid.
What are you implying?
See these,
That's why I work days.
Are you saying the bartenders are doing their jobs?
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly
Yeah,
right.
perfect.
Yes.
but you'll see these guys from across the room, and I've seen it with the cedar wrap. I've seen it with the footers. I've seen it with the paper covers. I haven't seen the cellophane yet, but God, it's probably going to happen at some point in time. But you'll see that these guys light them up, and then the flame goes, and they just look at it like it's a normal cigar. Oh, fuck, look at that. It's on fire. All right, well, I guess I'll just pop. And they still smoke it. You really have to run across. I have grabbed so many goddamn sticks from across the bar, slid the paper off, and handed it back to them. To their, oh my God, I feel so dumb. And it's fine, man. Everybody starts smoking cigars
no,
at a
you're
different
actually
time.
just fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah. Thank you, Stash. I'm trying to be the nice asshole and not say
I'm
that.
the asshole.
There we go.
let's
I
just
watched
figure it
Robert
out.
Holt give this guy a beautiful perfecto that he was so proud of, and this guy, right? I mean, and sometimes, if you don't know cigars, you can mistake the ends, right?
Right.
So this
And I
guy
get
had it
that.
backwards, and he's lighting the cap, right? And Robert ran across the room, grabbed it, snapped it, threw it away, and this dude looked at him like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?"
Yeah.
And he's like, I really just wanted you to have a great experience, and you were starting out all wrong.
Hey, Ethan, I believe
that's-
you have a story on the whole Leaf by Oscar that's happened once with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've told that before.
You have, but it's worth reiterating because Leaf by Oscar in itself is a unique.
It
It's
is.
not the cigar that's unique; it's the wrap.
Yeah,
It's in
how it
that's
comes,
very
yep.
unique.
it's got a hippie wrapper sort of.
It's basically a tobacco leaf that didn't make the cut,
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah, they
used
just
it
wrapped
to
it around the cigar.
wrap the cigar with.
Nice. Looks pretty
Yeah.
dope.
And it's actually a smart
Yeah.
move as far as
Right.
sales wise.
Yeah. Yep.
The guys were taking them to go. I packaged them up, and then I look over to my left, and there was 5 guys. I'm not kidding, all lighting these cigars with this freaking dry ass, right?
Yeah, it's a
And
reject
the
leaf.
flames were seriously. They were going to take off their eyebrows, their hair, the whole thing. And I'm like, what? Right?
Yeah.
It's a slight fire hazard, man.
Yeah, I mean, we do have insurance, but holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is why podcasts like this are helpful, because you need a little bit of education if you're going to come in and smoke a cigar.
I mean,
look-
if you're willing to swim through the bullshit that we talk and actually learn a little bit about cigars, then we're doing our jobs.
Look, if you're an experienced cigar smoker, then you know what we're talking
Yes.
is the truth.
Yeah.
And we're throwing some of this puns and maybe bashing on some people a little bit, but there's a reason behind that
It's all
because
just-
we're training. So the next time you come into a cigar bar,
Yes.
you're not lighting the cedar. You're not lighting the
Right.
footband. You're not lighting the fucking Christmas shit they put on the end of it to
Yeah.
make it look pretty.
Well, and all the embarrassment that you see in these young people's faces, because it's usually young, not all the time. Not all
Well,
the
you
time.
got to remember where we live too, and
Right.
where we work.
It is a very touristy area, so
Yes.
you can have a lot of tourists that maybe aren't that familiar with cigars. Ask your tobacconist. We do know a lot about the cigars. Not everything, don't get me wrong. We still have some learning to do too, but we do know a lot about how to cut, light, and enjoy a cigar. So please ask your tobacconist while you're in the shop. They'll give you the best way to cut, sheath, or unsheath, and light.
Speaking of cut,
Ooh. The V-cut.
so this cigar right here technically is what they call a V cut,
like a deep V.
a deep V. We also have a shallow V.
Shallow V.
We also have a straight cut and a small straight cut and a large straight cut. So in general, like I said, being a tourist town,
Yes.
most of the people that come in here don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Some will request. So we can go everywhere from a V cut to a punch. So a punch is a very small hole that gets divoted almost into your cigar
Dug out,
and then pops out. So it's got a little hole. It doesn't leave a lot of stuff in your mouth.
Yeah.
V-cuts are the next best one. So my general preference
Yes.
to most people is a V-cut if it's under 50 ring gauge.
That's fair.
Because anything over that, now you're trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yes.
So you might as well just straight cut it and get moving with it. Right?
Well, and I just always like to tell them, like, everybody likes a little V in Deadwood. So
Yeah,
there you go. Put a little
And
V in your
that's-
mouth in
yeah,
Deadwood.
yeah,
and,
just-
the Knights
whether-
of Success.
Whether you look like the fucking ones I've seen walking up the street on Saturday morning when I'm coming into work, and they
Right.
got some dude's T-shirt on, and they're
The walk of shame
yeah,
is
the walk of shame.
passage rate of all young
Yes.
people.
So, you know, you got some V and you got lucky.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Maybe
You didn't
the
even have
cigar
to
helped
fucking
you
pay
out,
for supper.
right?
It's
There you
awesome.
go.
Yeah.
So,
So there's fuck. I just lost it. Just lost it. Yeah. So there's a ton of different ways that you can look at these, like weird sticks. Maybe not weird to everybody, but the Candela wrapper kind of throws a lot of people off. I've actually had people that were turned off by the look in the humidor and didn't want to try that. And then once I turned it on to them, or turned them on to it, it was one of their favorite
you
cigars.
turned them on?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
hey.
What was his name? Boom.
Steve. That was good.
But you know, if you're willing to try, I call it a pick a stick. You know, if you're going into the humidor and you like traditional cigars, the pick a stick or the pick and pray is not a bad way to go. Sometimes you're going to run into your absolute favorite cigar. Sometimes you're going to get a shit cigar. But you know what? You're going to know which one you like and which one you don't, and you're going to be able to remember that because that was your little, finding the treasure in the drove of things that we have in there, because it can get quite overwhelming in a cigar lounge like ours, because we do have the biggest humidor in the state, so there's a lot of fucking sticks back there. Sometimes it's like picking a CD in the 90s. You know, you fucking see the cover and it looks cool, you hope the songs don't suck, but sometimes they fucking do. Sometimes it's a great fucking album. Wu-Tang!
We do have great samplers by Tatawahe actually on special, and we
Right
have
now.
Illusione portfolio packs.
And Illusione is it's a name you just didn't hear a lot of in the cigar industry.
Yes.
So it's one of those that you need to, I think they're out of Phoenix, Arizona, actually.
Yeah, down southwest.
Yep. So there's some good sticks in there. It's just
There is.
one of those that just doesn't seem to catch traction. They don't advertise a whole ton, so
No.
you know.
And that was one of those delightful surprises when I was doing a pick and pray one time, because
Right.
like when you start working at a tobacco shop, you want to smoke the lion's share of cigars. You want to get a taste for everyone back there. Maybe not everyone, but a good majority of them.
Because that way you can tell the people what
Right.
your palate
Yeah.
specifically picked out. And
Yep.
I always tell people that. I'm like, look, the Sergeant might be you want a heavy duty stick that's going to punch you in the face, then
Right.
good to go.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yep.
To me, it was. To you, maybe not so much,
Right.
but everybody's palate's different.
Yes.
So we have to,
Yeah.
And I always make sure I tell people that, because it's like one of those things you got to talk about.
Well, and the information that goes on back there, we're not just jaw-jacking to jaw-jack. I mean, we're trying to find you the best cigar. I'll play with your fucking heart before I play with your cigar selection, is what I always try to say.
Right.
And if you're going to go back there and, foo-foo everything that I say, that's fine, man. You can pick your own cigar. But if you're looking to have an informed decision with help of a experienced tobacconist, please trust your local tobacconist.
Yes, and that's one of the things that the kid and I are learning from
Right.
only being here for a little while now is that obviously we want to make a return customer. So we're not, if you come in and you say, I want something really light, I want something, that's not going to be heavy, I don't want to have any feelings in my gut, I just want it to be smooth, then we will guide you in that direction. We're not going to give you, excuse me, like the CBT that is
Right.
delicious, by the way, that I have grown accustomed
Yes,
to
it's-
after a couple of tries at it. So we are there to make sure
Seasoning
you
the
have an
palate.
enjoyable experience. We're not there to sell you an expensive stick or a stick that we really like, because if that's not what you're looking for, we lose you anyway.
Yeah, look,
Right.
I would rather sell you a $5 stick that you enjoy and you come back every week and get that same $5 stick than you buy some big fucking swinging dick, big roller, I want the biggest, most expensive cigar. No, because you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to think that I fucked you over. You're not going to come back in here because you don't respect my opinion, and that's that. Come in here, we'll help you find your favorite stick, and then you can keep coming back for more.
I think it's about past my bedtime, kids.
Yeah?
All right.
Thinking it'd be all right.
Yeah.
We should probably let them know what they can pick up on special right now.
Yeah,
Unless you
absolutely.
are the 10,000th person to watch this podcast, there's probably a good chance you can pick up one of these.
The double sweets.
Right there. Grab
Right
it.
here.
Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. There it is. Ah, there we go. That is
There
a
we go.
5-pack. That is how we sell them. We do not sell them individually. They come in a 5-pack, and that's how they look. Well, they actually look like that on the inside. So
No, he's got a thing.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Yep.
Sweet.
Perfect.
And what are our specials right now, Handsome Pierce?
We have the 5-packs on special right now on the internet for $49.75. Go ahead and get those. If you get 3, you're going to get a keychain and a cutter. If you get a box, you'll get a keychain, cutter, and a bandana. Make sure to also look up. We got
And
5.
the 5-pack with it.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't mention that.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck. With a 5-pack with it. Ruin my DJ voice.
Yeah, I know.
Also, you can pick up a 5-pack of Illusion for $50 out of state, $79 in state, and you also get 1 free stick in that pack. That's a great deal with great cigars on there. We do have specials running for all that stuff. If you buy any box, this is where I was trying to get to, any box of the Midnight Oil, Zero, or Auntie, you will get a free 5-pack as well. So make sure that you're getting on there. Give some Consuela something to do. She always is just moping around that she has nothing to do here. Guys, give her purpose to her. We also want to make sure that you are following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok-ish, maybe kind of. We're working on it. We will be updating you on those things for bands, for new specials, for upcoming events, all these different things. So make sure that you follow us on all of that. Make sure that you are smashing that subscribe button right underneath this video. If you are on YouTube,
Under here? Or
right under here, right
Here,
over
here,
there,
there,
here,
there,
everywhere.
Whatever.
And make sure if you give us a like or a comment, tell your friends about us. We just like to get out there and spread the good word about cigars and tobacco. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, Handsome Pierce, I Candy Randy,
I can do that.
and Mr. Stash Man. It's the Stash Man. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great smoke.